The Biden administration hasn't had too much to say about the protests in Iran over the last 40 days. They've condemned the violence against protesters, but beyond that, they really haven't said too much and they haven't done much until now. The Biden administration has now imposed sanctions on 14 different Iranian officials following the violence against those protests. They target mainly Revolutionary Guard commanders and intelligence officials. If you, for some reason, are interested in the actual list of names, it is available. It means basically nothing to me specifically, but it does mean that they are doing a little bit of what they can. They can't get too involved, and I think many would make the case that US involvement in trying to determine the future government of Iran has not had a great track record, so maybe we shouldn't be too involved, but they are at least doing this. There was an announcement by Brian Nelson, the Undersecretary for Terrorism and Financial Intelligence in the Treasury Department, to announce this, saying the United States is imposing new sanctions on Iranian officials overseeing organizations involved in violent crackdowns and killings, including of children, as part of our commitment to hold all levels of the Iranian government accountable for its repression. So far, there hasn't been much. It's just 14 individuals, but Yasmin, what do you think?
So I pulled some numbers for this segment of the show, and as of last week, according to The Guardian, 12,500 people have been arrested in Iran, and nearly 250 were killed in connection with the protests. And then right before the show, I just saw that police were tear gassing and firing live rounds at mourners at Mahsa Amini's grave. It's unacceptable, but it just goes to show the lengths that the government will go to in order to assert and maintain its authority over a populace that clearly, to put it nicely, is not fond of the government. And in these types of stories, I always wonder about the people who are actually making the arrests and the people who are actually tear gassing the citizens and actually performing the executions. Governments don't have much authority to impose an unpopular will without a strong police force or a military to enforce it. Who are these guys who are selling out their own countrymen? Are they just doing their jobs, or do they actually align with the beliefs and the actions of their very misogynistic and regressive government? This is regression. This is regression. This is going way far backwards than anyone needs to be going right now. And either of those options are despicable, but at least it would give some kind of insight. I mean, even in Russia, in Ukraine, with the Russians in Ukraine, you hear stories about the soldiers who just don't want to commit atrocities against other people, even as their own lives are being threatened for deflecting. These men who are arresting and killing protesters in Iran, these misogynists, they are cowards. That's what they are.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's probably a combination. You probably have some people who are afraid of turning against it because they think maybe they'll die. And then you probably also have true believers who believe in the ideology. And then you probably also have a group that looks very similar to the true believers. I mean, look, we have plenty of people who join various forms of the cops and things like that here in America because they want to feel powerful. They want to be able to boss people around, attack people, beat people, kill people. I'm not saying it's an absolutely massive percentage, but those definitely exist. Are we supposed to assume that those don't exist in other contexts as well, other countries as well? It's probably a mix of those three groups and groups that I'm not even thinking of at this point. But you are right. There's been a lot of arrests, a lot of deaths, a lot of tragedy. And obviously we can't track all of it, but I did want to give you updates on one of the individual deaths that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. That is Nika Shakarami. You can see a picture of her here. We talked about her initial death after going viral in these videos of her standing on a garbage bin and burning her hijab and all that. She then disappeared. And I want to let you know about what the authorities have been saying about her death and what the family thinks, what witnesses have to say about what happened to her weeks ago. CCTV footage released by Iranian authorities, timestamped just after midnight on the 20th of September, showed a masked person that they said was Nika entering a building that was uninhabited. It was still under construction in the capital. A prosecutor there said that she died after being thrown from the building's roof and that her death had, quote, no connection to the protests of that day. But despite the fact that that seems to imply that her death was a homicide, they don't have any suspects. State media says that she just fell, but they didn't provide any evidence of that. And other media reports say that they're now claiming that she committed suicide. That despite taking active part in the protests, nobody disputes that, she then decided she would just go to this building and either kill herself for no reason that anyone can divine, or would be killed but not in any way connected to the protests. And the evidence that they provide is a person wearing a mask, when in all of the video footage we have of her, the whole point was that she was not covering up her identity, not even her hair. And so the family doesn't believe it. The authorities aren't even explaining why she would have gone to the building. They're not even trying to cover their tracks here. And there is one eyewitness, Ladan, who told CNN that she saw Nika being taken into custody at the protest by several large-bodied, plainclothes security officers who put her in a car. Moments earlier, there's a video of her apparently ducking behind a white car, yelling, don't move, to the driver so that she would be able to hide behind it. Clearly, she was trying to get away from the police or the authorities that were trying to round her up. Eyewitnesses, 7 people, by the way, are confirming that it was her in that video. The idea that she then decided, now I'm good. Now I'm gonna go kill myself by throwing myself off this building is as insulting as every other part of the official narrative when it comes to these protests. Any other thoughts, Yasmin?
Yeah, like who in Iran is gonna trust the authorities right now? Like, why wouldn't they be trying to sway this story to their advantage? And this is just one incident, one death out of 250 protest-related deaths that we know of. It's a really, really sad situation, and all you see is these young women and their allies who are just trying to live their lives and express themselves and be individuals rather than being shrouded and being hidden from the world by their government. The government shouldn't have any say in any of this, but they're really, really trying to impose that will on an entire nation of people, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it's just absolutely insane, insulting. It's like Herschel Walker's responses to questions. Like, they're not even trying, and that tells us everything about what they think about their position right now.